Good morning, guys, from Cozumel, Mexico, where my dad, myself, and my dad's friend are going to be spending the next 4 weeks getting to know the island of Cozumel. And in this video, guys, we're going to be showing you what it costs to live in Cozumel, a pretty modest, pretty good life for 1 full month. Now, it is January during the pandemic, so there's a possibility that some of our prices might be slightly lower, like our negotiation for our Airbnb, but for the most part, a lot of the prices are going to be accurate no matter when you are here. You also need to be a good negotiator because I love to negotiate everything if possible. And so, guys, by the end of this video, I know you're going to feel very confident that if you want to live in Cozumel, you're going to know exactly how much it's going to cost you. So let's go ahead and start off and do a little house tour for you so you can know what our biggest cost is for the month, which is accommodation. We are staying at a place called Colibri Villas, and it's about a 20-minute walk from the ferry port. We got our man Luis right here. He takes care of us. He's the man that runs the properties, knows the area, and has given us so many local tips. So a lot of the things you're gonna see in these videos came from our man right here. So yeah, guys, we are staying here in the Colibri Villas, which is centrally located near a lot of great restaurants, and still not directly in the tourist area where you're going to feel like you're always being bombarded by a bunch of different people trying to sell you things. We're far enough away where we can feel like we're one of the locals. And as you can see behind me, it is a really beautiful spot in here. This is the courtyard area, and this is our casa right behind me. If you can see there, we got a 2-story villa, which we're gonna do a room tour for you as well. But I just wanted to give you a quick run through. We have a 3-bedroom villa for 1 month, which comes out to $600 per person or $1,800 for the whole month with all the utilities included. And it is some of the fastest internet I have ever had. We also have over here in the Colibri area, we have a pool behind here to hang out in and swim. And then on the other area over here, we have a nice little hangout spot here. So come there, have some beers, and do some chilling. It's going to be a great spot to spend the next month. And just to put it in perspective for you, it's roughly like $20 per day for us to be here when split between 3 people. We could also, if we were each with a significant other, we could get 6 people in here comfortably, and that would bring it down to like $10 per day per person. So that is the negotiated price. I was able to get a really good deal since I am doing a longer term rental. So I'm very happy with it, and I'm excited to spend the next 4 weeks here. But let's go ahead and go inside and show you guys what it looks like. As you can imagine, air conditioned for sure. A lot of space. We have our living room right behind me with a few different couches and chairs to hang out on. The computer workstation, so where I'm going to be spending probably 50% of my time in Cozumel. And so over here we have the kitchen area. Pretty basic. They have an oven, microwave, sink, everything. No dishwasher, but it's not super common to have a dishwasher in Mexico unless you're in like a super nice place. And then over here we have another bedroom which has a full-size bed. On top it has a bunk bed for another twin-size bed and a huge bathroom, which is great. Now going up to the second floor where my dad and I are staying, we have 2 bedrooms up here and 1 shared bathroom. So over here we have my dad's room, which has a nice like king-size bed along with a balcony out there to hang out on. And then we have my room right here, a little bit smaller, queen-size bed. So definitely really comfortable for 1 person to stay in here. Air conditioner units in each room. And then coming into here, we have the bathroom. So this is the shared bathroom for the 2 bedrooms up here. That is the crib, guys. Super cool place. But let's go ahead and move on to the next cost. Our next thing on the list is to get a moped rental for the month. When I was in Tulum, I got a bicycle rental for the month, but Cozumel is such a large island and there's so many things we want to do far away that I decided to go with the moped. It's gonna be a bit more expensive because we're renting it versus buying the bike like we did in Tulum and sold it at the end of the month, but it's gonna save us on transportation costs when we wanna go all over the island. I am gonna miss that exercise though. So basically, yesterday I spent a little bit of time talking to a few different locals to figure out what is going to be a fair price to get a moped for the month. So I was walking down by the center near the ferry port, and I was able to come to an agreement, 3 of them for $400. So it's about $133 US per person to have a moped rental for the month. So not too bad of a price. Just to let you know, normally to rent a moped in Cozumel, it's $20 per day. So if you put that at a monthly price, yeah, that's like $600, absolutely not worth it. But doing little negotiations and finding the right people on the island is the best way to do it. And we did end up deciding to spend $33 per person for the month to get collision insurance. That way, if something happens, we don't have to pay $3,000 for this scooter, along with, you know, bodily injuries, God forbid something happens. So for $33, I mean, that's like $1.10 per day to have peace of mind, knowing that if something does happen, we're gonna be okay. So once again, that goes back to about $166 per scooter for a full month. It's possible that maybe you could purchase one on the island and then sell it at the end for cheaper. To be honest, I just didn't feel like looking into how to register it, what that whole process was. So in this case, we just said, let's go ahead and rent them if we can get a good price, and we did. So we'll see you guys for the next cost here. All right, guys, so our next cost for the month here in Cozumel was on food. As you can probably imagine, food can get very expensive if you're eating out every single day. Now, the thing is about Cozumel is there's a lot of restaurants that are, yes, very much tourist priced, and then there are some that are more local priced. Like we went to this place called Mr. Taco maybe 17 times in the month that we were in Cozumel. One, because it was close, and two, because it was super delicious. So the total amount that I spent on 1 month of eating out at restaurants every single day was $439. Now, I didn't eat at home pretty much a single time. I don't think we cooked a single meal because it was quite inexpensive to eat out, and we wanted to really enjoy the island and not spend the time cooking. So that's a way to keep your costs a bit lower if you wanted to eat at home. All right, and right after restaurants, you're probably wondering, what did we spend on alcoholic beverages? So we did probably the majority of our beverage consumption at home. I do want to mention though, in the restaurant's prices, there's a few restaurant costs in that last set that has some drinks mixed into there. It was too much work to separate them. Just know that like the restaurant's cost includes some drinks. And then in this specific section, there are drinks we've purchased just from the grocery store to have at home. And then there's also places we went just to have a drink. And so the total we spent on drinks per person for the month was $165 US. We were right outside Ego Gym. By the way, I look really tired because I'm up at the crack of dawn. But this is the gym that my host for my Airbnb actually recommended. He showed me a few different spots. This one's actually the furthest away from where I'm staying, but still relatively well located downtown. And it costs roughly 800 pesos for 1 month. You can also do like weekly passes or daily passes as well, but it's definitely cheaper for as much as I'll plan on going to the gym, probably 5 days a week, to just purchase the monthly pass, which is, yeah, roughly like 43, 45 bucks. All right, guys, our next cost on the list is to figure out how much it costs to do laundry. So luckily there's a lot of lavanderias, as they call them, all around here, where you can go drop off your laundry, and they can usually get it done between 1 to 2 days. In Tulum, for example, you have to pay extra to get it done quicker. I think my dad already did laundry, and he was able to get it same day for about 50 pesos for maybe 2 kilograms of laundry, what I have. All right, guys, so I just dropped off my laundry, and for about 3.5 kilograms, it costs 45 pesos, which is roughly $2.50. And this place is amazing because they're able to get it done already by 4 p.m. today. It's 2:30, so in an hour and a half. Next on the list is getting a haircut. So I'm gonna give you 2 different options because when I first arrived, I got a relatively inexpensive haircut that didn't turn out as well as I originally thought. And then after, I got a much nicer haircut for still, in my opinion, as an American, a very good price. And I've been keeping up with a routine about 2 haircuts per month when I was in Colombia and then when I was living in Tulum before, because the prices are really affordable and they're really fresh cuts, so might as well keep them fresh. Una pregunta, ¿cuánto cuesta por una corte de pelo?
50 pesos.
50 pesos. So for a haircut here, it is 50 pesos. Round that into US dollars, that's $2.50 for a haircut. You heard it yourself, we just got a fresh cut for $2.50. So if you're looking for a really good barber, actually the best barber in all of Cozumel, you can come down here to La Barber. It's about 180 pesos for a men's haircut. And so they are gonna give us some fresh cuts here. You got my Padre right here. Man, he is looking fresh. Looking fresh, yeah. So Like I showed you in the other haircut I've gotten, guys, you can get them as low as 50 pesos, but it wasn't that great of a haircut. Here you can pay a little bit more and get the best haircut on the island. So come down here and check it out. All right, guys, so I just wanted to share with you another cost while living here in Cozumel. Since I'm not returning to the United States for a while, I need to do my appointments on the road. So I got a dental cleaning here in Cozumel, and it only costs about $53, and that's not with a special insurance payment. I do have travel insurance, but it's reactionary travel insurance. It doesn't pay for preventative like I have back in the United States. So the next cost on our list is activities and excursions you're going to be doing in Cozumel. Obviously this can vary widely depending if you want super luxurious activities like private tours and things like that, or if you're just going to scratch the surface and maybe do a few things and maybe hang out by the beach while you're in Cozumel. For us, we did a little bit of everything, so I'll read to you some of the activity costs from various things we did around the island. So we did a snorkel cruise for $67. I did a surf lesson for $40 US. I did a buggy rental for $30 US plus $15 for insurance. Gas for the buggy rental was an additional $23. Did a boat cruise over to Isla de la Pasión for $33 US. My cousin and I did a bike rental around the island, which cost us about $27. Then we went to the Chacanab Adventure Park, so entry, plus we went scuba diving as well there, a beginner discover scuba dive. And so right there is the total we spent on activities. I will say if you want to learn more about some of the activities we did, make sure you check out the entire video I have that's about 10 things to do here in Cozumel, Mexico. It will make your life so much easier and give you more of a detailed idea on what each one of those excursions included. Alright, so the last and final costs I'll be sharing with you guys are the remaining transportation costs that I haven't yet listed. So one of them will be when I first arrived to Cozumel, I had to take a taxi from the Cancun airport down to Playa del Carmen in order to catch the ferry. So the taxi was about $50 US, but it was split 3 ways. Then I paid $13 to take the ferry from Playa del Carmen to Cozumel for a one-way ticket. During the 1 month that I rode my moped around, it cost me about $21 US in gas for the entire month. And then on my last day in Cozumel, I took a taxi from my place in Cozumel to the airport, and it cost me about $5 USD. So yeah guys, that is all of the costs that I spent for 1 month in Cozumel. As you can probably imagine and tell by this video, I did so many things in this month that I was here. I truly feel like I know this island super well and I can give you a lot of great recommendations. And that's why I will tell you to go and check out my other videos I did on Cozumel, 10 things to do in Cozumel, as well as a full Cozumel travel guide, which is similar to this, but it's more in depth on information, whereas this is more focused on the costs. So I'll drop a link in the description below so you guys can check out both of those videos. They'll be super helpful for you planning your trip to Cozumel. Yeah guys, that's pretty much it for this video. If you have any questions on the videos, as always, please drop a comment below and make sure to smash that like button. It helps my videos so much. And if you want to see more videos like this and you haven't yet subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button below. And we will see you guys in the next Cozumel video.